had on 12 News standing up to a big workplace challenge.
There are things that are problematic when people have the wrong city.
Why your office environment could be harmful to your health. Plus, a Golden Valley family on a mission.
Everybody should be able to feed their child.
This mission focuses on children in Africa. But first, a vote that shapes the future of Wayzata schools. 12 News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. After months of discussion and feedback from parents, the Wayzata School District has approved new attendance boundaries.
But there were some significant changes made before the vote on Monday night, and Cassie Bonstrom joins us now with more on that. Cassie?
Well, almost everyone at Monday night's meeting agreed that the amended proposal satisfies the district's goal to balance enrollment numbers across the district. However, it brought up new concerns that some parents want addressed. By unanimous vote, the Wayzata School Board voted to change attendance boundaries, a plan that will affect about 1,000 kids throughout the district. That's about 170 fewer kids than originally planned.
I think the board saw the advantages of that. It preserved a lot of the advantages of the plan from the beginning. It met the capacity and the balancing of numbers and so on. And it also responded to community feedback.
Kids in the Heather Run and Seven Ponds neighborhoods will now remain at their current schools.
I am pleasantly surprised.
Rather than being bused a couple miles down the road. Parents who had been campaigning against the district's original plan breathed sighs of relief.
All the time and energy and stress and everything that went into this, they listened to our feedback, all of our endless emails, and we got what we were asking for, to stay at Greenwood Elementary and West Middle School.
But while they celebrated, several parents with kids at Oakwood Elementary stood up to speak about another issue.
It was made painfully apparent to me about the disparity that exists in our district.
They say the new attendance boundaries don't address the disproportionate number of low-income special ed and English learning students at Oakwood.
The more disparity we get, you start to build the schools that people want to go to and the schools that people don't want to go to.
For now, the district believes the approved plan is the best solution, but say further changes are always possible as the district continues to evolve. The boundary changes will go into effect in the 2016-2017 school year. Mike?
All right, Cassie, thanks. The Plymouth City Council will vote on whether to approve a new grocery store. Fresh Time Farmers Market plans to open a store at the corner of Highway 55 and Vicksburg Lane. The redevelopment project, called Vicksburg Marketplace, would also include a Goodwill store and a Starbucks coffee shop. Illinois-based Fresh Time specializes in organic produce and fish flown in daily.
A controversial gas station proposal is moving forward in Brooklyn Park. Walmart has partnered with Murphy Oil to build a gas station on its parking lot off of County Road 81. Neighbors across the street have been strongly opposed, saying another gas station will only create more noise. The mayor pointed it out that County Road 81 is a busy road already, and adding a gas station won't make much of a difference. The city council did approve it by a vote of 4-3. In New Hope, MnDOT will go over plans for a proposed noise wall. It would be constructed along the east side of Highway 169 between 49th Avenue and Rockford Road. An open house will take place from 5 to 7 p.m. Wednesday night at New Hope City Hall. Construction is scheduled next spring.
A Plymouth police canine and his handler have achieved an elite distinction. Plymouth police officer Matt Gliniani and his partner Stryker recently achieved the highest level of certification for expert tracking from the United States Police Canine Association. It's a test few officers and dogs pass. Last year, only one team in the state got that certification.
Hopefully, if something happens and a bad guy takes off, we can get there and get my dog out to track that person wherever they may be and find them. I mean, that's not only for bad guys, but vulnerable adults that might go missing, lost children. We use our dogs for that as well.
Gliniani and Stryker have worked together now for 5 years. A Golden Valley family is on a mission to help empower orphans in Africa.
The family has teamed up with Breck students for a fundraiser at the shops at West End and St. Louis Park. And that's where we find our reporter, Sonia Goins. Hi, Sonia.
Mike and Alex is pretty festive out here. As you can see, there's lots of things going on. There's people setting up. The Breck School's Batu Batu group is playing behind me. As you can hear, they're pretty good. They're trying to drum up support for orphans in Tanzania. The goal is to raise $6,000. This all got started with the Olympic Fair in Golden Valley.
There's always plenty of excitement and laughter at the Remnick House. The home is also filled with love and compassion for others.
I saw a lot of poverty, but at the same time, I saw a lot of happiness, which hit me kind of hard because it made me realize how much I had.
14-year-old Dante Remnick started the Give a Go program several years ago after a trip to Uganda.
It made me think of how much that I have here and that I take for granted, because I have, food here that I can easily access.
He raised more than $2,000 to get it started.
What we do is we give them a goat, and it's either a meat or a milk goat.
Children can earn about $3 a day off the goats, which is a lot considering the average person in some African villages only makes $1 per day.
Goats provide them the opportunity to pay for basic things like food and education.
Well, I've been working with a number of communities in Uganda.
Dante's mom, Joanne Trangle, also heads up a group called Global Village Connect. She started the program after adopting her youngest son from Ethiopia.
Everybody should be able to feed their child. Everybody should be able to give their child an opportunity for education. And when I saw that that wasn't the case, I wanted to come back and do something.
Global Village Connect links Minnesotans with various groups in East and South Africa. It does all kinds of projects, from giving goats to students so they can earn money for school, to teaching organic farming.
We're in North Junior High here. We're in Breck School here.
Breck students are taking part, working to empower students in Tanzania.
Now, whether we have the opportunity to write letters or to Skype, just to share lives and find out similarities and differences between the kids.
The goal is to give others hope and opportunity for a better future.
It feels very gratifying. It's not just me, it's everybody involved, our communities here, and then the communities in Africa that we work with.
Now, this event was until 7 o'clock tonight. There's plenty of food to eat and jewelry to buy. If you would like to donate, we put that information on our website. Live at St. Louis Park. Sonia Goins, 12 News.
All right, Sonia Goins reporting. Thank you very much. Up next, a changing office environment, why more workplaces are going from sitting to standing.
Then later in sports, highlights from the opening round of the state golf tournament.
But first, relief from the heat. Wednesday will be less humid and slightly cooler. We'll be right back. Here's a question for you. Are you watching this newscast sitting down? If so, you should probably stand up.
The doctors say prolonged sitting can lead to a variety of health problems, and in today's Health Check, Elaine Cleveland looks at the risks associated with prolonged sitting and how people can change their lifestyle.
On a beautiful Minnesota day, those fortunate enough to be away from work found a way to spend some time outdoors.
Having an anniversary with my wife. It was our 3rd anniversary yesterday, so just took the day off work to come out here and have some fun.
When Jeremy Douglas isn't out at the lake having fun, like millions of Americans, he spends his time in an office, sitting in front of a computer for hours on end.
Probably about 6 to 7 on average.
It's a scene that plays out day after day in many office settings.
I think it would be boring. I guess I'm glad I don't have to do that.
That coming from a classroom teacher. But doctors at the HCMC clinic in Golden Valley say it's not just boring, prolonged sitting is downright unhealthy.
Our bodies over time are really not designed to be able to be in that position consistently.
Prolonged sitting has become a societal norm as we've transitioned from an agricultural lifestyle, and without exercise, that can lead to a host of issues.
You start getting connective tissue degeneration. Basically, that means you start getting muscle wasting as time goes on, and that then leads to a host of other problems.
Problems such as high cholesterol, diabetes, and hypertension, to name a few, which makes getting on your feet that much more important.
If you're sitting for a prolonged period of time, meaning 1 hour or more to get up and move around for 10 to 15 minutes.
The goal should be to get about 10,000 steps a day. Tila Douglas uses a Fitbit to help make that happen.
Most days, that's my average.
Getting companies to help their employees reach that goal is another challenge altogether. But on days like this, at least Mother Nature is doing her part to help.
You know, just get out so we're not kind of being homebodies or whatnot. So.
For Health Check, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
Coming up, graduation perspectives from the class of 2015.
But first, the Providence Academy baseball team gets set for the state tournament. We have a preview next in sports.
The state baseball tournament starts Thursday. Providence Academy is in the Class 2A tourney after an exciting section championship win over perennial power Delano. Here's Jason Malillo with more.
Providence won the Section 5 AA title the hard way.
We were a little sad because we were all talking about winning in one, and even 2 years ago they beat us in that same game in one game.
10-time section champion Delano came out of the losers bracket to beat the Lions and force an if game.
Give our guys a lot of credit. They've grown a lot during the year, and to lose the first game 7-1, but didn't seem overly rattled by it, and knew we had another shot at them to see if we could do it, and they really sucked it up and played a great game.
Providence showed its fortitude by grinding out a 3-2 win and going to state for the first time since 2011.
We had to believe it the whole season to achieve it, and it was always in the back of our mind. We always wanted to, and we just worked hard for it, and that's what finally paid off. So.
Providence faces Minnehaha Academy in the first round of the state tournament. The Lions played Minnehaha twice in the regular season, losing both times.
We're pretty confident actually going in because we've seen their top few pitchers and they haven't seen our top two yet. So we're pretty confident in facing them at that point. And the first game was a rain out, and I thought we probably would have come back and probably would have won that game. So we're pretty confident actually.
If the Lions get by Minnehaha, they might face undefeated 2-seed Rochester Lourdes. Get by Lourdes, an undefeated 1-seed St. Cloud Cathedral might be waiting. But the road to a state title should be tough, and the Lions believe this is their time. Jason Malillo, 12 Sports.
Providence and Minnehaha will play at 5:30 on Thursday at Dick Putz Field in St. Cloud. The state girls and boys lacrosse tournaments are underway in the West Metro. Maple Grove boys in the field of 8 for the first time, facing White Bear Lake in the quarterfinals this afternoon. The Bears' Joey Goodrow passes to Matt Swanson to get the scoring started just 81 seconds into the game. Later in the first quarter, White Bear Lake's Charles Bill makes a run to the net and passes to Goodrow, who scores, and it's 2-0 Bears. White Bear Lake dominates play, and Swanson sets a single-game record, scoring 8 goals. The Bears win big over the Crimson, 19-2. In the girls' tournament, Champlin Park meeting 5-time defending champion Blake. Champlin Park strikes first. Tara Dahlman to Lisa Dahlman. Back to Tara for the goal, and it's 1-0 Rebels. But Blake takes over. Annie Lyman circles behind the Rebels' net and goes low with the shot. The Bears lead 4-1 at this point. It's 14-2 Blake at halftime. Second half, Hannah Crimble fakes a pass and scores the Rebels' third goal. This one is mostly Blake. The Bears win 17-4. We'll have highlights from the Armstrong and Wayzata's girls games Wednesday on 12 News. Warren Weiler graded golfers for the opening day of the state high school tournament. Maple Grove's Piers Lanou teeing off at Bunker Hills. He's in the 3A boys tournament as an individual and cards a first day score of 85. Osseo's J.J. Svack takes aim and knocks down the 6-footer for par on East Course hole number 7. Section 5 champion Svack shoots a 74 for the opening round. He's tied for 10th. Connor Hall of Hopkins rolls into short par putt on West number 5. Hall records a score of 75 for day 1. Wayzata is in the team competition. Alex Beversdorf lines up the putt for par on West number 3 and sinks it. Beversdorf shoots an 84 for the Trojans. His teammate Bobby Frassini with a slightly longer putt for par on West number 8, and he's right on the money. Frassini shoots a 74. And the Trojans are in a 3-way tie for first with Edina and White Bear Lake after the first round. All 3 are at 302. The girls are still on the course at this taping of 12 News. We'll have more on them and more in the tournament altogether Wednesday at 4 here on 12 News. After day 1 of the state golf tournament, Osseo senior J.J. Svack has just 18 holes of high school golf left to play. He's featured on this week's Sports Jam show on Channel 12. Here's a clip from that story. The Osseo seniors won a handful of tournaments, including medalist honors at the Section 5 3A meet. JJ shot a 4-under par round of 68 in his final round at Bunker Hills, and his scoring average for the season is 73.6.
Last year as a junior, shot a lot in the upper 70s, low 70s a couple times. This year, it's his consistency off the tee, on, with his irons as well. This guy is putting up numbers that I haven't seen at the high school level.
I'd say my short game has probably improved the most, and a lot of it's mentally, just being in like a better frame of mind out there on the course. It might not always be the fun to just putt around. It's a lot of fun being on the driving range and stuff like that, but you got to dedicate a lot of time to that.
You can see the rest of JJ's story and much more on Sports Jam. It's on through Wednesday at 3:30, 6:30, and 9:30 p.m. on Channel 12 or our website, 12.tv. That's a look at sports.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Still ahead, some graduation inspiration.
We'll meet the class of 2015 when we come back.
It is time to go treasure hunting. Brooklyn Park is celebrating its annual Tater Days Festival with a golden spud hunt.
There's a $300 prize if you find Spud McTator's golden spud. And here is clue number 1. A trail runs through it, as does a river, where Spud and his dog Spot hike around. They pause at the overlook, continue northwest, and absorb nature's scenery and sounds. Remember, it'll be on public property, and you won't have to climb or dig for it to find it. The pomp and circumstance of graduation is in the books for local high school seniors.
As we say goodbye, here are some of the motivational messages area graduates shared.
In a world that embraces normalcy, I implore you all to harness the qualities that define you and to stand out in a world where everyone seems so desperate to fit in.
Everyone fails on their way to success, and if we allow our failures to teach us something about how to or not to get where we want to go, then maybe our failures aren't really failures at all.
We will always remember the things that pushed us. We, as humans, take pride in overcoming an obstacle, in facing challenges, in being the best that we can be.
Do not let what others think about you change how you carry yourself, and don't let the opinions of others solely shape what you see. Dare to be different, and dare to be yourself.
It is significant that you guys remember who you are and where you come from. So tell me, what represents you? What makes up you? Be loud and proud about it.
Find what motivates you. If it's your learning, great, learn. If it's your work, great, put your all into your work. If it's your family, great, provide for your family.
I welcome the class of 2015.